Woke nonsense, scoffed my 74-year-old dad as he ate his organic bran flakes and homemade yoghurt, completely oblivious to the irony. My mum had been telling him off again for calling the receptionists in the doctor's surgery girls, despite them all being at least 50. I hadn't helped with my earlier conversation about master bedrooms no longer being called master bedrooms. Principal is the correct term now, apparently. But woke? Does he even know what that term means? Or has he just heard it on the Jeremy Vine show and is now jumping on the boomer bandwagon? It's one thing trying to educate your parents, but how do you navigate all the latest terms and language for your business? Do you need to be all over the zeitgeist and totally on trend? Or is there an easier way? Hello, I'm Hilary Solzman, host of the Everyday Storyteller and a massive fan of simple language. So the good news is, I don't believe we have to be all over trendy language. Being completely ignorant to it, that wouldn't be too great either, but picking and choosing what works for you, and more importantly, what works for your audience, that's the route I would recommend. But what does that actually mean for you, and what do you need to think about? Okay, so first up, as with any type of content, it's all about understanding your audience and what they're talking about. The trick is, however, to focus more on showing them how you solve whatever problem it is they're facing, rather than fretting about being trendy, young and down with the kids. Yes, I fully understand how saying that could not make me further from being cool. But that's fine. I'm not selling to Gen Z. Next, find the words and language that work for you and your audience. Be authentic. If you target your audience who are in their early 20s and you're, well, maybe not, just take the time to listen to them. Listen to understand their world and address their specific needs. Now, doing this in your language is fine. The key is to show that you understand them and give them a kind of a route out. Show that you can help solve their problem and what life could look like for them as a result. And finally, no one likes an in-joke if they don't get it. If you use certain terms or words because you think they're trendy, you always run the risk of alienating the very people who you're actually trying to reach. If those people don't understand the references or have to spend time trying to translate what you're saying, it's likely that they won't stick around to understand just how brilliant you could be in helping them. And there's nothing worse than making your audience feel like they don't belong in your world, simply because of your choice of words. To find out more about selling to different audiences, especially when they're not the same generation or maybe gender as you, check out my recent episode, number 110, How Do You Connect with an Audience That's Different from You? Thanks, as always, for listening.